This is one of the original non-alcoholic IPAs. For a lot of people, this was their first NA beer. But here's the thing, just because something was great then, doesn't mean it still deserves a spot in your fridge now. And by the end of this video, I'm going to answer the one question that actually matters. Is Run Wild still a smart choice or just a familiar one? Let's put it in the lab. Welcome back to NA Beer Lab, where non-alcoholic beers get tested like real beer. Before I even open this beer, I want you to think about something. If you've tried Run Wild before, you probably think you already know how this review is going to go. Most people would. There's one part of this beer that actually surprised me in a way I didn't expect, and it completely changed how I look at it. Let's start with the pour and the aroma. Right away, visually, this is telling a very specific story, isn't it? This is not a hazy IPA. No glow, no haze, no juice bomb look. It's clearer, more traditional, like a West Coast IPA. That's intentional, right? Here's the tension, though. In today's NA market, is that a strength, or is it already putting this beer at a bit of a disadvantage? Hold on to that for a moment. Let's go to the aroma. You get citrus, piney, grapefruity, a little bit of resin, no sweetness, really. This smells like an old school American IPA. And that raises one question, to me at least. When was the last time you smelled an NA IPA and you thought, yeah, that smells like real beer, or that smells like a real IPA? All right, first sip. Yeah, that tastes like beer to me. Not for the reason most NA IPAs try to win you over, though. This isn't smooth, it isn't sweet, it isn't trying to be easy drinking. Instead, it leans into the bitterness. This is where people split, I think. Some drinkers love that, others bounce immediately. So ask yourself this as we keep on going. Do you want your NA beer to be forgiving, or do you want it to be honest, like a real old school IPA? Run Wild, in my opinion, makes a very clear choice here. Flavor-wise, this is a classic, or we're in classic IPA territory. Citrus peel, light pine, a firm bitterness, and a dry finish. This beer is not chasing any modern trends at all. And that's either going to earn your respect or it's going to make you reach for something newer. But stick with me, because there's one category where Run Wild quietly beats a lot of newer NA IPAs, and it's not where most people think. Before we get there, let's talk about the mouthfeel. This is lighter than a full-strength IPA. No surprise there. Doesn't feel watery or thin, though, either. There's enough carbonation and structure to support the bitterness. That really matters. Because bitterness without body just feels sharp. Would you rather have a smoother mouthfeel with less bitterness, or a slightly lighter body that still delivers that real IPA bite that you want? Your answer probably predicts whether you'll like this beer or not. Now let's get to the moment that actually matters, NA believability. This is where Run Wild does something quietly impressive. If someone handed this to you at a cookout, didn't tell you it was a non-alcoholic beer, you might not question it at all. Not because it's perfect, but because it behaves like a real beer. It drinks like beer first, and then an NA second. And that's something a lot of newer NA IPAs really still struggle with. So here's the answer I promised earlier. Is Run Wild the most exciting NA IPA on the shelf? No. Is it the most modern? I think also no. But if your goal is something that feels familiar, bitter, recognizably an IPA, Run Wild still earns its place. Let's put numbers to it. Aroma, 7.5 out of 10. Flavor accuracy, 8 out of 10. Mouthfeel, 7 out of 10. Drinkability, 8 out of 10. NA believability, 8.5 out of 10. That gives Athletic Brewing's Run Wild IPA a final lab score of 7.8. And here's the takeaway I didn't expect coming into this. Run Wild isn't trying to win the NA IPA race anymore. It's trying to finish it clean. Final verdict, Run Wild IPA is for people who actually miss real IPAs, not hazy juice bombs. It's bitter, it's balanced, it's familiar. So I'll leave you with this. Do you want your NA beer to feel modern, or do you want it to feel real? Let me know where you land in the comments. And if you want more Beer First NA reviews, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next experiment.